Path Media. I was a minimum wage movie theater usher that made good and became a top earner in my network marketing company. Now, after 16 plus years in the profession, I'm finally teaching myself how to leverage the internet with online marketing and social media marketing to continue to grow and expand my business. My name is Ronnie Cruz, and this is Path of the Network Marketer. All right, welcome back to the show. It is day 64, episode 64. If you're brand new, welcome and thank you for checking us out. I want to let you know that we do have a new episode every day. So I encourage you to hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, whatever happens to be on the app that you're listening on, so that you don't miss anything, right? There's a fresh new episode every day, at least till 100. After we get to 100, we'll see what happens from there. But I would love for you to follow me on this journey because I am certainly learning a lot, and I'm sharing everything that I'm learning with you practically in real time here on the show. Now, if you're an existing listener, thanks for your continued support. I appreciate it. It's been a crazy ride. It's just keeping going. In today's episode, I want to talk, the title that I have in my notes is Bad Practices Reflect Bad on the Whole, right? On the whole, which sounds funny now that I think about it. Bad practices reflect badly on everyone. Let's just say that. I don't know. But you guys know what I mean, right? Like, it's a few bad apples ruins a whole barrel kind of situation. Historically, network marketing, even though, in the modern context, we've kind of been able to permeate the mainstream conversation, there's still a certain sector of the population at large that has negative feelings and opinions about us. And again, all it's fair enough. Like we've made and continue to mistake. That's what I want to say. We have made and continue to make a lot of really kind of crazy mistakes. In this profession, both from the distributor side and the corporate side, we've done some crazy things that are almost indefensible. So I get it. I get why people in the public at large would have negative feelings towards us, right? People get burned, the bridges get burned, doors get slammed because of how some distributors, I don't want to make generalizations. I'm trying to be careful and impeccable with my language. There are, again, those bad apples that operate in a way that is unbecoming of what this profession really represents and not really represents, but what this profession, the potential and what this profession can do. That said, there is also the factor that because this profession is available to everybody, when we first get into it, at least speaking for myself, I knew nothing about it. I didn't know how. I had zero skills. I had zero even sales experience, right? And that's how I think it goes for most everybody when they first start. So we make a lot of mistakes, and often those mistakes, they end up leading to burnt bridges or slammed doors as well. So there's a lot of factors that go into, why there still could be like, this negative opinion about the direct sales or network marketing profession, at least for some people, right? I have spoken to many people who absolutely love it, even though they're not participating in it. So it's a mixed thing. In today's video, though, I wanna just share just kind of a general broad principle that I think will help help the profession moving forward. Obviously, not everybody is gonna take heed and follow this, but I think if more of us do, we can continue to combat the all any and all negative opinions about our profession and about this industry. Because again, what this industry could potentially do, and the impact we have made and can potentially make in the future, it's worth putting in the work to do it right, so that we can to do it right, so that people don't harbor negative feelings about us, right? And then therefore trash talk us, right? Which is easy to do with the network marketing profession. Again, we've done some dumb things in the past, and so with this video, I hope, with this episode, I hope to kind of fix that. The main thing is, I talked about this in episode 43 a couple weeks back. Um, the main thing is how you operate and how you do business. The two cultures that I see in network marketing, the two prevailing cultures, are a profit-driven culture and a community and a connection-driven culture. When the prevailing mindset when as you're and forget cultures, we're talking about, let's talk about on an individual basis. If your prevailing mindset going into any interaction, when you're prospecting, when you're talking to your friends, your family, whatever it happens to be, if your prevailing mindset is profit, you got to be really careful about that, because there is a human being on the other side of those dollar signs, right? So yes, I understand the need for profit. I was a broke movie theater usher making minimum wage when I got into this profession, so profit was definitely high on my priorities list. However, I learned that profit was very elusive when profit was the only and primary target, the primary goal. Again, there is a human being that's living life, that's experiencing challenges and struggles, difficulties in their life on the other side of those dollar sign, and really got to take that into account. And when you do, actually, your profits increase when you see the human, when you make the connection, when you see and you hear and approach that interaction with compassion and understanding. My profits and my sales and my teams grew exponentially. Where when I was so focused on my profits or lack of profits, early in my career, I just was getting nowhere. I kept hitting dead ends and dead ends and dead ends until I put that focus on the individual, on the person, who I was offering my business and my products to. That's when things really started to change. So it's it's the saying, right? People over profits. If you focus on the person, the profits will come hand over fist, as a matter of fact. So understand again that there is a person who is living, who is experiencing challenges, difficulties, who has things that they're trying to solve in their life. And if your primary objective in that interaction is service, then the profits will come, right? People over profits. And so if we have this mindset, if we follow this principle as a whole, if we keep getting this word out and really, really work on it. Again, I understand, when I was early in my career, I made so many mistakes and I blew so many people out of the water. But now that, I've got a lot of years under my belt, I'm sharing this piece of wisdom with you in hopes that you can get, almost as a shortcut, right? You can get to that point where in your career where you're really starting to turn a profit much more quickly than I did, because it took me a while to realize this. See the other person, understand them, have compassion for them, and that's ultimately you're going to be able to know how to better serve them. And if you do that, profits all day long. So that's it for today, guys. Hopefully that makes sense. Thanks for tuning in. At any rate, there's another new episode coming out tomorrow. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you subscribe, whatever happens to be on the app that you're listening on. And otherwise, we'll see you in the next episode. So until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you tomorrow.